Well, hello there and welcome to Secrets of the Ancients. If you'd like to watch this and future videos, please support us by subscribing, liking and commenting. It really helps us keep bringing you more fascinating stories, so don't forget to join our little community. According to various sources, this was an ultra-secret program aimed at creating technology far ahead of its time. The bell was a device shaped like a bell, made of a metal shell and filled with a strange substance called red mercury. Tests were carried out in a remote laboratory in Poland near Wrocław. Research for this project covered a wide range of topics, from anti-gravity to time travel. Some theories claimed that the Nazis were trying to build a machine that could change the outcome of the war by using advanced physical phenomena such as space-time distortion. However, the results of these experiments remain unknown, and after the war, all traces of the bell disappeared. The secrecy surrounding the project has fueled many rumors. Some believe the device was taken to South America, while others think it fell into Allied hands. Whether it really existed is... Footprints of the gods at Anara Temple, Syria. In the arid lands of northern Syria lies the unique archaeological site of Anara, an impressive complex built around a grand central temple with no direct parallels elsewhere. One of its most striking features is the presence of enormous footprints carved into the threshold, each about a meter long, suggesting a non-human origin. According to local legend, these were left by a god. The temple's design bears a strong resemblance to biblical descriptions of Solomon's temple. Dating back to the Iron Age, it belonged to the Syro-Hittite kingdoms that emerged after the fall of the Hittite Empire around 1680 BCE and lasted until 700 BCE. Discovered in 1955, excavations revealed the temple's basalt foundations, detailed carvings of geometric patterns and mythical creatures, and a guarded entrance flanked by lions and sphinxes. Some scholars suggest it was dedicated to the goddess Ishtar. The giant footprints highlight its deep cultural, religious and even mystical importance. Sadly, in 2018, a large part of the temple was destroyed in an airstrike. A queen's throne hall in Peru. In coastal Peru's Panamarca Valley, over 400 kilometers from Lima, archaeologists uncovered a 6th century throne hall believed to belong to a female ruler of the Moche culture. Inside were painted columns and colorful murals depicting a woman seated on a throne receiving visitors. The hall was richly decorated with mythical scenes, leaving no wall space bare. Nearby, researchers also found another hall featuring murals of warriors and never-before-seen mythical creatures. The haunted Baikal-Amur mainline, Russia. During construction of the Baikal-Amur mainline railway, workers reported strange phenomena, earning it the nickname Ghost Highway. Tales included silent phantom trains and the spirit of a railway ghost. Some stories may trace back to the 1940s, when prisoners hijacked a steam locomotive during an uprising but never made it past the tunnels, especially the Severomoysky tunnel, whose construction lasted over 25 years due to repeated unexpected problems. Among the most mysterious finds was a sealed metal door discovered after an underground spring broke through, killing 30 workers. The door's origin and the strange noises from deep below remain unexplained, with theories ranging from radon-induced hallucinations to evil spirits. Another infamous structure on this route is the Devil's Bridge, both a feat of engineering and the source of countless legends. An engineering marvel beneath an Egyptian temple. In the ancient city of Taposiris Magna, Egypt, archaeologists found a tunnel 13 meters underground, stretching 1,305 meters long and about 2 meters high, carved into sandstone. Its design is similar to the famous Eupalinos tunnel in Samos, Greece, considered an ancient engineering wonder. Some parts are submerged in water. Archaeologist Kathleen Martinez, who has been searching for Cleopatra's lost tomb since 2004, believes the tunnel might lead to significant discoveries. Built around 280 BCE by Ptolemy II, the temple was dedicated to Osiris and Isis, deities closely associated with Cleopatra. Parts of the temple collapsed into the sea after earthquakes between 320 and 1303 CE. Russian pyramids. While Egypt's pyramids have long been celebrated, some researchers claim there are even older pyramids in Russia, stretching from the Kola Peninsula to the Black Sea. The first were discovered in Kola in 2001, and dating suggested they could be up to twice as old as Egypt's. Built between 9,000 and 40,000 years ago, similar pyramid-like structures have been found in Krasnoyarsk, Rostov-on-Don, Crimea and elsewhere, often showing architectural similarities to pyramids in Tibet and Mexico, suggesting an ancient, advanced civilization. The Sahara wasn't always a desert. Around 10,000 years ago, the Sahara was actually green, with lakes, rivers, grasslands and even forests. Some researchers, like David Wright, suggest that human activity, herding animals and clearing land with fire, may have sped up its desertification, though others argue that natural climate cycles were enough to cause the change. Arabian treasure in Russia. Well, in Veliki Novgorod, archaeologists discovered one of the largest hoards in the city's history, 1,800 silver coins and over 80 silver jewelry pieces from the late 10th century, including some of the earliest known Russian silver crosses. The Voinish manuscript decoded? For over 600 years, the Voinish manuscript has baffled scholars. Now, researchers from Macquarie University believe it may be a medieval women's health manual, focusing on gynecology, contraception and reproductive health, topics that were often censored in that era. Many illustrations show naked women pointing to their genitals and botanical drawings likely tied to remedies. In Southern California, archaeologists found these strange stone discs, some with gear-like teeth, dating back between 6,000 and 3,500 BCE. About 15% of them have a central hole, and get this, some even have a perfect square hole, remarkably precise for the time. Their purpose, well, it remains unknown, though many folks think they had ceremonial uses. In Xinjiang, China, mummies from 3,600 years ago were buried with lumps of kefir cheese, some made from goat milk, others from cow milk, most likely for the afterlife. DNA analysis shows its bacteria are, interestingly, similar to modern kefir strains, suggesting a more complex history for this fermented food than we previously believed. Austrian scholars discovered an unknown first-century translation of part of the Gospel of Matthew hidden away in the Vatican Library. Researchers have used ultraviolet imaging to uncover text that's invisible to the naked eye. This discovery is part of a project aiming to recover erased or rewritten manuscripts dating from the 1st to the 11th century AD. These reused manuscripts, called palimpsests, were often written on recycled materials because, well, writing surfaces were scarce. With UV light, scholars could finally reveal the hidden text. Among the identified manuscripts was a particularly valuable ancient copy of the Bible, about 100 years older than the Codex Sinaiticus, one of the earliest Greek translations. The newly recovered passage expands on the well-known verse about Jesus' disciples plucking ears of grain, adding that they rubbed the grain in their hands and ate it. This is considered, an important contribution to the study of ancient Syriac texts and early writing. On Marco Island, Florida, archaeologists unearthed a 15-centimetre wooden figurine of a catman, nicknamed the Key Marco cat, carved by the Calusa people before Europeans arrived. The statue's human-like features and similarities to other Florida finds suggest its pre-colonial origin. Today, it's housed in the Marco Island Historical Museum and is a well-known cultural symbol, appearing on street signs, souvenirs, jewellery and local business logos. In northeastern Brazil's Paraíba state, scientists discovered an unusual site containing both dinosaur tracks and ancient rock carvings. The tracks include fossilized prints from theropods, sauropods, and iguanodonts dating to the early Cretaceous. The carvings, with their geometric patterns, star-like shapes and serpent designs, suggest different artistic styles and possibly multiple creators. Researchers believe the ancient artists intentionally made their engravings near the tracks, indicating a symbolic link between natural history and human expression. In 2008, miners in the Zapadnaya mine in Russia's Rostov region found something extraordinary nearly 900 meters underground, what appeared to be a wheel imprint in 300-million-year-old sandstone from the Carboniferous period. The mine's hazardous conditions meant no official study was allowed, but the discovery sparked stories of other strange finds in coal mines worldwide, including giant snake prints, possible winged reptile traces, stone block walls and hieroglyphs. While often dismissed by mainstream science, such claims fuel speculation about unknown ancient civilizations. In Turkey's village of Salka, a farmer, accidentally discovered a well-preserved Roman or early Byzantine floor mosaic while planting seedlings. Covering 84 square meters, it features these intricate geometric designs and depictions of animals like lions, mountain goats, greyhounds, deer, bears, and Anatolian tigers. Excavations also revealed the remains of a church and a wine cellar, really underscoring the site's historical value. Great Zimbabwe, a medieval city in southern Africa, thrived from the 11th to 15th centuries as a major trading hub connected to the Middle East and Asia. At its peak, it had about 18,000 inhabitants, though only a few hundred elites lived in its massive stone buildings. The name Zimbabwe actually comes from the Shona phrase for stone houses. Archaeologists have found Chinese and Persian pottery along with Arabic coins, which really highlights the city's role in global trade. Its decline may have been due to resource shortages, but the exact cause, well, it remains unknown. In Tallinn, Estonia, archaeologists recently examined a medieval merchant shipwreck preserved almost intact. Among the finds was one of Europe's earliest magnetic compasses with a dry card, which honestly is quite rare for the period since most were liquid-filled. Other artifacts included old tools, worn leather shoes, a wooden spoon, and even the remains of 2 ship rats. Another nearby wreck showed unusual features, suggesting it was a transitional type between well-known medieval trade ships. In eastern Turkey, excavations at the ancient fortress of Ayan uncovered 2,700-year-old bronze shields and a helmet from the Urartian kingdom, likely used in ceremonial rituals honoring the god Haldi. The fortress, built during King Rusa II's reign in the 7th century BC, stood for only a few decades before being destroyed by an earthquake. Despite minor damage, the artifacts are well preserved and offer valuable insight into Urartian culture. Finally, in the ancient stone city of Honshui, archaeologists discovered a network of secret tunnels dating back over 4,000 years. These narrow passageways, running 1.5 to 6 meters deep and sometimes passing beneath defensive walls, likely served as a concealed transportation system within the city's formidable fortress. Well, that brings us to the end. Thank you so much for listening and for joining us as we uncover the secrets of the ancients. Do remember to subscribe, like and comment, and keep an eye out for